Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I'm Nilofa here once again, and in this video I'll be talking about the remaining portion that was left in the last video. In the last video, as you guys remember, we talked about functions, but in this video we'll be talking about some of the examples related to functions in Python by having parameters. In the last video we had some programs related to functions without parameters, and in this video we'll be having some codes and defining functions with parameters. But before that, let's revise what we did in the last video. So in the last video we talked about functions, that we said that a function is a block of reusable code that performs a specific task. So for example, you write a code and you think that you might use that in another function or in any other code in that specific program. So for that, you don't need to waste your time a lot, because that is really time consuming to type each and everything, whatever the code is. So for that, you have to just type that code or write that code within a specific function, and then whenever needed, you can just type that function or the name of the function, or simply in simple words, you can just call the function, and then you don't need to type the entire code. So for that we have to use functions. Functions simply allow you to break down your code into smaller, manageable parts, making it more organized, readable, and easier to maintain. And the very most important thing about functions is that the codes are reusable in function. Just because of the function's reusability, we are really eager to know what the functions are in Python, so that you can simply use that without wasting your time and typing the codes all the time whenever they are needed. So yes, first things first, let's get started coding in Python, and let's know how can we just write functions or define functions in Python. So now let's just define a function having parameters. We'll go from the basics here. I'll just go for the def, which defines the function here, and a function name, suppose function, the shortcut for function 1. I'll give a parameter, suppose I'll give name, and then don't forget the colon here. I'll print something here. Suppose I'll print name here, but what I need to do is that I have to call this function. So for that, I have to just simply write the name of the function, and then in the parameter we have a string called name. So for that, I have to pass a string. I'll just simply type my name here. So let's just check the output, and the output shows for us Nilofer. We can have multiple parameters. Suppose this is name, we'll go for the first name. We go for the last name. I think that's enough. And then the same case goes with the print statement here. First name, last name, and then whenever we call the function, we have to go with the flow. So we have got two parameters, we have to pass two parameters, and the parameters are a string, so we have to pass a string type of variable here. So I'll just simply type my name, Nilofer, and what is my last name? I'll go for Rasuli here, Rasuli. And now let's check the output and see what the output shows for us. And yes, the output shows Nilofer Rasuli. So as you guys can see, this is very simple and very easy, and you can just simply define functions in a very simple method as I did in this video. And if you want to go in depth, there are various other methods that you can use, and you can define functions. And now let's just go for another function. Suppose I'm going to write a code like this. Definition square, I have a function called square, and then I have a parameter which is x here, and then the colon here. Suppose I want to just find out the value of x, the square of x. So return, and then what we have got here, x multiplied by 2, and then x equals to, as you guys can remember that whenever we use the input function, it always returns a string. So for that, you need to do the typecasting. So I will do the typecasting here. So, for example, later we'll do the typecasting. First let me just type enter a number, but this time I will not go for the int, I'll go for the float input function, and then enter a number, the number will be converted to the float. So, and out or result, suppose I have a variable called out here, which can be result as well, or any other variable, that's up to you. So we can just simply call the function here, the function is square, and then the variable x here, and we'll print something like this: the square of of, and then x is, then don't forget the comma here, out. Let's just see what the output shows for us. I think it gives error, and let's see what the error shows for us. I think the error is with the indentation, just because we have not indented. Let's go for this, and let's just check the output here. Yes, so enter a number. What I will enter, suppose I'll enter, let's just rerun this one, terminate, and then we run this code. Enter a number, suppose I'll enter 2. So the square of 2 is 4. Let's go for another one, 5. The square of 5 is 25. And the last iteration, let's go for 9, or let's go for 33 maybe. Yes, so the square of 33 is 1089. So yes, that's it. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was all about functions having parameters. So that's it, and I hope you just keep on coding in Python, and by using these functions you can just reuse your code whenever you need them in other programs or in the specific program you're working on, just because we use function for its reusability. And whenever a code is needed in a program, you have to just keep that or encapsulate that within a function, and then you can simply call the function. That's how you do it. So I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Until then, happy coding everyone.